Amazing. Welcome, everybody. For those of you that don't know me, I'm Brittany, Director of Accelerate from Anywhere and Investor Relations here at Foresight Canada. I am absolutely thrilled to have you all here today for EarthTech 2050's Demo Day. EarthTech 2050 is a program in partnership between Foresight Canada and Social Innovation Canada. Today, you will have the opportunity to see our 11 incredible ventures showcasing how they are tackling some of Canada's biggest climate challenges. But firstly, it is with immense gratitude and respect that we acknowledge the lands on which Foresight operates are the traditional, ancestral, and unceded territories of the First Nations, Inuit, and Métis peoples. We pay our respects to their elders, past and present, and the Aboriginal elders of other communities who may be here today. So before we jump into the real exciting stuff, let's take a quick preview of the agenda for the day. So for those of you who are new to us here at Foresight, we'll do a quick program overview. We'll then start with the first set of elevator pitches and transition into breakout rooms so you can have the opportunity to hear more from your favorite ventures. We'll do the same for the second and third blocks of pitches and then finish up with some final closing remarks. As mentioned earlier, EarthTech 2050 is a program developed in partnership and collaboration between Foresight Canada and Social Innovation Canada. Foresight Canada is Canada's leading clean tech accelerator with a purpose to help the world do more with less sustainably, and on a mission to connect the industry with the world's best clean technologies, just like our EarthTech 2050 ventures. One way we do this is through events just like these, including our upcoming and largest event of the year, Foresight 50, where we recognize Canada's 50 most investable clean tech ventures at the forefront of global climate action. So be sure to follow us on LinkedIn to get first access to tickets when registration opens. Our partner, Social Innovation Canada, is an incredible organization working across many sectors to address complex challenges of national relevance and create transformational change. It is through the partnership between Foresight Canada and Social Innovation Canada that we can provide expertise in both scaling sustainable technologies that also have an incredible social impact. A specific example of their expertise is the Climate and Equity Lab, led by Social Innovation Canada in partnership with Gore Mutual and York University. The lab addresses the disproportionate impact of climate change on vulnerable and equity-seeking groups in Canadian urban environments, including the increasing number of those Canadians who are deemed uninsurable. Be sure to check out their website at sicanada.org to learn more. And of course, EarthTech 2050 is a result and made possible by our three incredible funding partners, RBC Foundation, Peter Gilligan Foundation, and Bullfrog Power. So if you have a chance, check out all of our partners and the climate impact funds and projects they are all working on to help us support the deployment and adoption of sustainable and social impact technologies. Now a little bit about EarthTech 2050. So this was EarthTech 2050's first year, and we did some incredible things for ventures that have the capacity to reduce or remove 0.5 gigaton of CO2 by 2050. I had the absolute incredible pleasure and opportunity to build up this program alongside the original founder of EarthTech and former Senior Director of Market Transformation, Barnaby Geis. Barnaby Geis was, as I mentioned, the original founder of EarthTech from Climate Ventures and the founder of EarthTech 2050. And together, alongside our partners and team, we've really created something special. So shout out to you, Barnaby Geis, and thank you. Now I'd like to introduce you all to Heather Kershatier, Foresight Canada's Director of Technology Adoption. Heather will be introducing our climate challenges of the day, as well as the importance of technology adoption within these sectors. She'll also be introducing our first block of elevator pitches for the day that we've all been excited and waiting for. So over to you, Heather.
Thanks, Brittany. So as some of you might know already, Canada accounts for approximately 1.6% of our global GHG emissions, making us the 10th largest emitter. Some of our largest sources of emissions come from the oil and gas sector, the agriculture sector, transportation, and heavy industry sector, including mining. So it's no surprise that we find that Canada's top climate tech startups are focusing on these industries. Innovation is important, but we know that it's also the adoption of innovative technologies that is crucial for Canada to achieve its net zero targets by 2050. And unfortunately, the uptake of Made in Canada clean tech solutions across the country is lagging. That's why at Foresight, we support both the supply and demand side of clean tech. We work closely with end users to understand and find solutions for their unique needs. We know from experience that buyers cite things like cost, risk tolerance, internal capacity, and knowledge gaps among the barriers to their ability to adopt innovative technologies. It's our understanding of end user needs that allows us to build our programming to ensure we're addressing these barriers. For example, through the EarthTech 2050 program, we supported ventures with key assessments of their technologies to help address some of these customer concerns. These assessments help them understand the cost implications of their technologies and the environmental impacts and emissions reduction potential associated with their solutions. This knowledge will help them communicate with buyers and overcome the roadblocks to adoption. If anyone's interested in learning more about our clean tech adoption programs, feel free to reach out. But with that, I'm so thrilled to introduce our first pitch block, what we're all here today to see. So our first venture of the day is Xterra Carbon Solutions from Montreal, Quebec. They are solving key climate challenges within the mining and industrial sectors. Over to you, Olivier.
Thank you very much, Heather. Hi, everyone. My name is Olivier Dufresne. I'm the CEO and co-founder of Xterra Carbon Solutions. I'm a mining engineer by training, and I've co-founded Xterra to solve a deep problem that we have, which is the carbon storage gap. We need more carbon storage, and we've developed a way to turn mining waste into a powerful tool for surface carbon storage. So our innovative process takes silicate mine tailings, essentially the leftover materials from mining, and we transform them into low carbon, highly reactive oxides that we then combine with CO2 to provide emitters with a carbon storage service. At the same time, we're able to extract critical minerals from this waste, which makes it very economical and not dependent on CO2 pricing, unlike other CO2 storage technologies. So we're not only storing carbon safely at surface, but we're at the same time rehabilitating old mine sites and extracting critical minerals essential for the energy transition. Now more than ever, we need to reduce our emissions, capture CO2 from hard to abate industries. But where we put all the CO2, half of the world's emissions fall outside of traditional, regions where traditional underground carbon storage is suitable. And durable. Underground carbon storage is slow, expensive, and carries inherent risk. The world needs an alternative solution, and our method turns CO2 into rock at surface. It can be deployed very quickly, and it's a much more reliable and transparent solution to generate high quality carbon credits. This year, we're seeking a $15 million Series A round. We have about 10 million of that in softly committed capital. We're looking for a $5 million lead investor to bring our technology to market faster. Your support will help us turn waste into a solution for climate change. Thank you.
Fantastic. Thank you so much, Olivier. You'll have the chance to dig in more with each of the ventures in our breakout rooms. But next up, I'm going to invite Circulus AgTech, also from Montreal, Quebec, who are solving key climate challenges within the agriculture sector, to take it from here. So over to you, David.
All right. Hi, everyone. I'm David, founder of Circulus AgTech, where we tackle two of the main challenges of our food system. First, for about 80 years, farmers have been relying heavily on synthetic nitrogen to produce their crops. And this kind of fertilizer, well, it's produced burning large amounts of fossil fuels. So their production and use is responsible for 5% of global greenhouse gases. And farmers across the globe are trying to find alternatives, get away from them, but it's hard to remain performant without these synthetic fertilizers. On the other hand, there is nutrients like nitrogen and others found in organic waste, like compost, manure, and these are applied to the field, yes, but most of the nutrients are lost. So what we do at Circulus AgTech is we partner with organic waste generators to extract the nutrients from the organic waste and turn them into beneficial biofertilizers. So some say that we do nitrogen capture and storage, but really what we do is we brush it, we monitor it while it reacts with bacteria so that we can, resell it as sustainable fertilizers. And by doing so, we're able to cut greenhouse gases in two of the main sectors of our food system, while providing cost-effective nutrients and beneficial bacteria to our farmers. So we've secured our first investors last year, and we're currently raising a 1 million pre-seed round. So we're looking for strategic investors and partners to help us commercialize our tech and disrupt the fertilizer industry with a more circular economic approach. So I'm David, and come and join us in our breakout room to learn a bit more. All right, thank you.
Thank you, David. Fantastic. Next up, we have Rockburst Technologies from BC. They are solving key climate challenges within the mining sector. So over to you, Rockburst team.
Hi, my name is Oscar Malpic. I'm the CEO and co-founder of Rockburst. At Rockburst, we have developed a new technology that essentially breaks rock with CO2. Why is this important? Well, grinding, or rather comminution, the general term of breaking rock and liberating minerals, takes around 4% of the global electricity consumption. In the mining industry is the problem to solve, and it's been like this, since forever. With our technology, we use CO2 to break rock at tension, so from within. And a couple of interesting things happens when you do this. Number one, you reduce the energy consumed in breaking rock by half. That's pretty good. Less energy, less GHG emissions. And because we use CO2 at pressure, that CO2 can get sequestered at the end of our process. And another good aspect is that our process is a dry process. We don't use water, or that's the default mode of our technology. In terms of traction, since 2021, we have raised $2.5 million. We now are working with the major mining companies, including Anglo American and BHP. We're actually part now of BHP's technology development program, which is great news, because now the next step for us is to take the technology that we have already validated at the lab over to the site. And we're doing this with a client. We cannot really ask for a better client and partner than BHP. At this moment, we're raising $1.5 million that will basically pay for operations in the next couple of years, plus some experiments that we still have to do, and the design of the pilot. Learn more, in the breakout rooms. So I'll see you there. Thanks.
Thank you, Oscar. And last up for our first block before the breakouts is Solar Steam from Alberta. They are solving key climate challenges for large industrial emitters. So Apostle, over to you.
Thank you very much. And hello, everyone. My name is Apostle Radev, CEO of Solar Steam. We're a clean tech, hard tech startup based out of Calgary, Alberta. And we develop renewable heat solutions using concentrated solar technology that can allow us to provide a solution to some of the highest emitting and hardest to abate heavy industry segments. As far as the market size goes, we have identified over $1 trillion addressable market, but we have narrowed that down to about $2.5 billion of obtainable market by 2033, split between 3 beachhead markets, including industrial heat or industrial decarbonization, AgTech, and we just won an award for integration with AgTech and climate tech last week. And the other strong beachhead market that we have, it's integration with institutional buildings. We have over $2 million in signed contracts at various different stages of development. And we have another $12 million in projects at the final stage of approval. And that is sitting on top of an $80 million engagement pipeline. We the core IP of the technology is centered around modular novelty. And we are currently US PTO and PCT patent pending. And we've also been very fortunate to work with some of the largest research institutes in the world, including Canment Energy in Canada and National Renewable Energy Lab in the US. None of this would have been possible without our full capacity management team, which is further supported by 6 full-time employees, 6 advisors, and multiple industry partners. We recently closed a $1 million seed 1 round, and we are currently have a $5.5 million seed 2 round open, which will close at the end of September. My name is Apostle Radev, CEO and founder of Solar Steam. Join me working on inspiring people to see themselves standing in the future and being proud of what we have accomplished. If you're among those people, or if you want to become one of those people, come and join me in the breakout section.
Welcome back, everyone. I'm sure you all have had an opportunity to hear some amazing pitches and had some incredible conversations in your breakout rooms. Now we're going to start with the second block of pitches for the day. So first up, NanoTerratech from BC, Canada, who will be showcasing how their technology is reducing emissions in the mineral sector. So pitching for NanoTerratech is their CEO, Connie. So over to you, Connie.
Hi there. My name is Connie Eklund. I'm the CEO and co-founder of NanoTerratech. We're creating biographite from forestry waste for the EV battery and storage markets. So not only are we a net zero company, We also are the only sustainable alternative to mined or synthetic graphite, and we provide inset carbon credits. So what I want to do is share 3 key reasons why Nano TerraTech is a generational opportunity. The first is market demand. About 50% of a lithium-ion battery is graphite. It's enormous. The demand for graphite, critical minerals, has surged way beyond the supply. In particular, China has restricted graphite exports, and they're the largest producer in the world. That's created a real choke point. The second point is know-how. So we have a proprietary platform technology. We have 1 patent pending and 2 more in progress. Additionally, we have a team of seasoned experts. They've all been in the industry 25 years in their own fields. And we also have industry partners. We are currently at TRL5 and we're scaling from bench to pilot. And the third and final reason is growth. Battery grade graphite is about a $24 billion market with an incredible CAGR, compound growth rate of about 34%. So it's staggering. So right now we've had significant interest from investors, basically because of our strategic expansion plans. Our intention is to be near the multi-billion-dollar battery plants that are being built around the world. And we have plans for Europe and the USA. So today we're fundraising for our third-party validation and pilot plant, and we're looking for lead investors. So the global transition to electromobility and electrification is a generational opportunity. This is a once-in-a-lifetime situation. So I want to thank you for your time. And when you consider your investment, just remember market demand, know-how, and growth, and think about Nano TerraTech. And I look forward to seeing you in the breakout room.
Amazing. Thank you so much, Connie. Second up for the day is Carbon Lock Tech, who will be showcasing how they are reducing emissions in the agriculture sector. So pitching for Carbon Lock Tech is founder and CEO Kevin. Over to you, Kevin.
Thank you, Brittany. Hello, my name is Kevin Danner. I am the CEO of Carbon Lock Tech. And our company is focused on removing carbon from the atmosphere. And we do that through the production of biocarbon, conversion of organic waste into a stable form of carbon that can then be sequestered in agricultural soils, down mine shafts, concrete, asphalt, and a number of other carbon sinks and destinations. Carbon dioxide removal is a huge challenge. It's a huge global challenge, but it's also a tremendous opportunity for those companies that can do it, but also for those companies that invest in them. And we are just such a company. Over the past 3 years, we've done a lot. We've developed a patented pyrolytic reactor system that is vertical, it's modular, and it's scalable. We've built prototypes, we've done pilots, we've been able to produce biocarbon from ag waste, crop waste, food waste, biosolid waste, landscape waste, and wood waste. And we've studied it. We've studied it in concrete. We've studied it in agricultural soils. And right now we're doing trials filtering mining tailings and wastewater from municipalities and mine sites. We have been very, very good at raising money. In the last 3 years, we've brought in $3 million, 1.8 of which is non-dilutive funding. We are building a new site, a technology and research center where we will set up our facility, end-to-end process, demonstrating how we can convert organic waste of all different types into stable biocarbon. And we're also in conversations right now with a Canadian company that's very interested in our carbon credits, the credits that we will produce at this new site. They say that carbon dioxide removal is going to be the next trillion-dollar industry. I believe that's to be true. And that is why we are going into this space and we're going to find success there. We're doing a raise of $1 million, and we would like to share with you a little bit more about the company. Please join us in our breakout room, and I'll look forward to seeing you there. Thank you.
Amazing. Thank you so much, Kevin. Last up for the second block of pitches of the day is Cycle Carbon. So Cycle Carbon will be showcasing how they are removing emissions in the industrial sector. Craig, over to you.
Everybody, thanks so much for the opportunity. So we're Cycle Carbon. We're a small team of 3. We have our first industrial carbon capture unit in place right now in the east end of Montreal. It's a 3,000-ton unit. We are actually currently in the process of wrapping up hoping to get pen on paper on a large deal in the eastern side of Quebec, the province of Quebec. That'll be for our first 25,000 ton unit. We're a point source capture unit that has one of the most efficient point source systems out there, patented technology that keeps our costs down. We leverage the heat waste of industrial emitters. So essentially looking for emission sites that have a lot of spare heat. The traction's been great. We're actually not raising right now. In fact, with the pipeline projects that we have right now, we're projecting somewhere in the range of about 26 million in revenue by 2026. We have gross profit off of that. And our biggest challenge, frankly, is taking that CO2 and finding utilization partners in Quebec. Frankly, that's because, as you saw with Xterra, Quebec is one of the regions that doesn't have CO2 storage. So while we're reducing the emissions of our emissions partners across the province, we are looking to convert that CO2 into useful products and essentially decarbonize our economy. So we've got a large concrete project in place with existing partners right now. That should hopefully, if all goes well, manage the initial 25,000 tons. And we're looking to install our unit across multiple sites, starting across the province and expanding from there.
All right, welcome back. Hopefully those were some excellent conversations. I'm sure they were. We are heading into our final round of pitches for the day. So first up, I would like to invite, just a second. What happened here? We have GreenLib who will, hang on. There we go. Sorry about that. First up is GreenLib from Quebec. GreenLib is solving climate challenges within the mining and transportation sector. Fred, please unmute yourself and take it from here.
Appreciate it. Thank you. Hi, everyone. I'm Fred Rostami, CEO and founder of GreenLib, a startup based out of Montreal focusing on upcycling of critical materials in the battery value chain. Currently, recycling of black mass, the lithium-ion battery waste, fails to recover significant value that is not optimized for the non-base metal fractions such as lithium, graphite, and electrolyte. At GreenLib, we have engineered and innovated a process that vertically integrates into our partner supply chains. Our process ensures that we maximize material value capture from the battery waste while reducing capital and operational expenses. This integration also minimizes waste and increases process efficiency and asset value for our partners. We can treat and value of mixed battery chemistries such as lithium-ion batteries in form of LFPs, NMCs, and from environmental side of things, we eliminate the fluorine, the PFAS, the aluminum and iron byproducts, which is a huge bottleneck and challenge in the industry. We're currently raising 2 million seed round for our pilot plant, and we have major LOIs with industry players, patents, techno-economic and life cycle assessment completed by third parties with a clear engineering and scale-up plan. So if you want to be part of a startup that is really reshaping the future of critical materials upcycling, you're passionate about sustainable solutions, we at GreenLib are ready and would love to discuss how you could be part of our journey. Thank you.
Thank you, Fred. Next up, we have Cascadia Seaweed from British Columbia. Cascadia Seaweed is solving some key climate issues within the agriculture sector. Pitching for Cascadia Seaweed is the CFO, Rob. Over to you, Rob.
Good morning. Thanks, Brittany. My name is Rob Napoli. I'm the CFO of Cascadia Seaweed. Who would have thought humble seaweed could be a solution for the climate, for regenerating agriculture, and for improving ocean biodiversity? Cascadia Seaweed is North America's largest cultivator and processor of seaweeds, and we produce crop biostimulants and cattle feed additives. Our crop biostimulants improve yields of broadacre and specialty crops by 10 to 20%, especially in conditions of abiotic stress such as heat and drought, and provide a return on investment to farmers of 5 to 15 times. At the same time, allowing farmers to reduce their use of chemical fertilizers. Our feed additives for cows, dairy, and cattle improve feed conversion efficiency and reduce methane. Our secret sauce is that we cultivate and process in a green, sustainable way, multiple different species of seaweed to derive the most desirable compounds for use in agriculture. The current supply of this $1 billion market is 99% wild seaweed, and it's limited in terms of volume and the quality and quantity of that seaweed. We partner with First Nations on our 8 farms around Vancouver Island to provide economic benefits to First Nations, but also importantly, access to tenure and permits, which is one of the biggest constraints globally to seaweed cultivation. We have a pipeline to grow to 30,000 tons by the end of the decade, which translates to 30 million litres of biostimulants annually, which can supply over 10 million acres of crops in North America to reduce greenhouse gases, improve food. So if you're interested in the junction between food, agriculture, and climate change, please join me in the breakout rooms. Thank you.
Thank you, Rob. Next up, we have Terra Fixing from Ontario. Terra Fixing is tackling climate challenges for large industrial emitters across all sectors. Vita, over to you.
Thank you so much, Heather. So my name is Vita. I am the co-founder and COO of Terra Fixing. We're a direct air capture company that's based out of Ottawa specifically. We understand your need for high quality carbon credits to meet your net zero targets, and you need airtight measuring, monitoring, and verification, and strong sustainability credentials. And individuals like you have been reaching out to us wanting to contribute to climate projects, but no carbon dioxide removal company has provided you with a tangible way to do that until now. And I'll talk about that in a second. So Terra Fixing is offering a fully integrated solution for carbon capture and storage projects in Northern Canada. We provide the cold climate direct air capture technology. Our partners at Tugwik Energy are deploying wind turbines, and our partners at Geopharma Engineering are experts in permanent CO2 storage. So our full solution project is set to deploy in Fermont, Quebec in 2025. The community co-benefits of our projects are really quite unique, and I'd like to highlight them here. We're displacing the diesel dependency of the community. We're also enabling the local mine in Fermont to have access to renewables. So the project is not just about pulling carbon out of the atmosphere, it's about creating jobs. It's about providing energy security and also fostering economic growth within an underserved Indigenous community. So the community of Fermont has shown immense support for our initiatives, and this was highlighted by a letter of support from the mayor of Fermont himself. So when you buy carbon removals from Terra Fixing, you're investing in a project that is backed by government, that has industry backing. We recently closed a $10 million commercial agreement. And so for individuals now, we're launching a platform where you can contribute also to our climate projects in Northern Indigenous communities and also get a tax write-off for it. So if you want to learn more, you can find me in the breakout room. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Fantastic. And last for the day, before we head into our last round of breakouts, is Kinetics Automation from Vancouver. Kinetics is tackling methane emissions in the oil and gas sector. Pitching on their behalf is the president and CEO, Dean.
Thanks so much, Heather. Yes, we are a Canadian-based producer of motion control products, and we work with shape memory alloys. I have a sample here. Hopefully folks can see it on the screen. We are able to apply some technology, which is able to harness an amazing property of this material, where we can change its shape using electricity to do useful work. And we've been able to apply this technology to reduce emissions from the aerospace sector and eliminate methane emissions from the energy sector. We've recently brought a valve actuator product to a full commercialization stage. And this was developed to replace methane venting equipment that's being operated by oil and gas companies in Canada and the USA. This was a project that was supported by the Canadian Gas Association's Natural Gas Innovation Fund, the Clean Resource Innovation Network, NRC IRAP, as well as the Emissions Reduction Alberta team. We are addressing a huge problem in Western Canada and the US, with over 250,000 of these venting devices operating in Canada, 1 million devices operating in the US. Each one is a point source of methane emissions. And with recent announcements by both federal governments, there's now prohibitions that are coming in place that are essentially putting notice that these units have to come out of the market. So we are talking about a $5 billion market opportunity to replace polluting technology with our clean technology. We have now come to market with a spring-loaded electric valve actuator designed to meet the needs of the natural gas sector and oil sands that completely eliminate methane emissions from all of these point sources while providing long life with low maintenance, as well as a fail-close safety feature in a cost-competitive package. And when you add all of this up, it provides owners and operators with the lowest total cost of ownership for their equipment to keep their facilities operating. Some of our notable customers include the Boeing Company, ATCO, and Tourmaline. Now selling, or we as a team now are selling this next generation of process control equipment that has wide applications across many industries. So I'm here today with a few asks. Any companies that are operating or owning process control equipment, we would like to introduce this technology to you so that you can improve the safety of your sites while reducing waste as well as your maintenance costs. If you have liquids or gases that you're trying to flow, we want to talk to you. And we're also looking to connect with like-minded investors to help us scale up and take a big piece of the $200 billion process control market. So please join us in the breakout room. Thank you.
Welcome back, everyone. It has been such an exciting day to watch all of our EarthTech Ventures showcase their technologies and how they're tackling some of Canada's biggest climate challenges. So shout out to all of our incredible ventures for the day. Also, just to let everyone know, we are now recruiting for the next cohort year of EarthTech 2050. So if you know any ventures that have the capacity to reduce or remove 0.5 gigaton of CO2 by 2050, please feel free to send them our way. You can also apply directly by scanning the QR code on the screen, as you can see here. I also want to give a big shout out to our partners, Social Innovation Canada, Bullfrog Power, RBC Foundation, and Peter Gilligan Foundation, as well as our incredible Foresight Events team working hard behind the scenes to help our event today run smoothly. And lastly, of course, Barnaby Geis, the original founder of EarthTech. Let's please keep the conversation going, everyone. Please ensure you submit the intro request form for all the ventures that you're interested in connecting with after the event today. The link is in the Zoom chat. It is also in the email sent out to everybody that registered to attend yesterday. And you'll find all the information on our incredible ventures there, as well as the form link. We are also always keen to connect with those looking to learn more about our program or to support our cause. So whether you're an investor, a potential partner, please feel free to reach out to me or Heather directly. Thank you so much, everyone. Have a wonderful day. Thank you for joining and for meeting all of our incredible ventures. Thank you. Thank you.